Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. I mistimed that a little bit. This is Consumers Daily Show, where we believe advertising is awesome, ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the wild web today. It is Tuesday, August 11th, 2026, in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live and in living color from a beautiful yet undisclosed location hidden in the Austin, Texas hills. We're brought to you by Slash, Rock, to Aftersell, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tie, Trend Track, Propel, Rich Panel, Intelligems, Northbeam, Seguno, and Postscript. And boy, have we got a jam-packed show for you today. Claude has released a watermark that will be displayed on all of their text that is copy and pasted hereafter. What does that mean, Chris? It means the marketer's kiss of death is now here. Should said watermark appear on your works? Methinks it is not a good thing. We are going to dive into it. SpikedAde, is it creating, paving, pioneering a new path in CPG for one and all to drink to their delight? We are going to talk about it, surfaced by the one and only TJ Bongiorno. FinalLap.com has been released and will display the internet's weekly car auction event. We're talking exotic, highly priced, and all happening live and in living color every single Friday. Live streaming, live selling. It is here, ladies and gentlemen. And HallPass, Peter Rahal of David Protein of RX Bar, is now creating HallPass, the Coke Zero of candy, and I couldn't be more delighted that he is. We're going to be joined by TJ Bongiorno, founder of the Outgoing Company, here at the top of the show. We're also going to be joined by Jay Yang, author, best-selling author of You Can Just Do Things. He has worked with and scaled the content of all of your favorite internet personalities, okay? And this guy is still like very young, okay? Knower of ball, scaler of personal brands, and creator of winsome content on the internet. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Colin Dougherty. Colin Dougherty, run inside this show. Get in here. Get in here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Colin, you know that Tuesdays are one of my favorite days.
Why is that?
Of the week. It's
not
just because you and I get to be here and do this thing again, which that's a big piece of it, but it's because the internet's favorite paisan joins us as well. And I don't think anyone doesn't know who I am talking about. They do know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one and only TJ Bongiorno, founder of the Outgoing Company. TJ, get inside this show. Get in here.
Let's go. Wow. What a flex.
What a flex. What a flex.
Thanks, Shopify. I love you. I don't care that it was over a year late. It's fine.
Right?
Thank you. It's a free item, and I would never look to get worse than that.
Ever. I feel like there's only more of those coming, you know. I think that one was like for like 10,000 orders or something, right?
Yeah,
I feel like we're probably at 10 million now.
We're close to the next one probably will be here sooner than you know it. Regardless, still really cool moment. I swear, I don't know if you guys saw I posted it.
Cool.
I was like, this meant more to me than I thought it was going to.
Right?
This coming to the mail, it's heavy, it's nice, like it was beautiful.
That's awesome.
It's huge, man.
That's sick.
It's a huge accomplishment. And here's the thing that I think is even Here's the thing. I think that's so powerful about it is that, like in entrepreneurship, like in real life, like there's nobody clapping for you. Like there's nobody like celebrating you. You have like a big win in business, especially if you have a small business. Like, what do? They're like, wow, that was awesome, man. Okay, well, see you tomorrow. You know, there's no national championship ceremony to be had, and this feels like a memorialization of an incredible accomplishment.
It's cool. Thank you.
And big congrats.
We love you.
Wow.
You know, one thing I will say too, TJ, I did watch the entire Godfather trilogy over the weekend.
It's true. It's true.
Wherever this is going, I love it.
It made me think very fondly of you and that part of the world, and it made me just think about all my Italian American friends.
I love that. That house is on Staten Island where I grew up as well.
Wow.
That's some fun stuff. If anyone watches Only Murders in the Building in the latest season, they include it in the latest season. You know how there's like all the kids that are all the sons of the mobster involved? That's Staten Island, and that's the house from The Godfather, all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, why did I not put that together?
It's really funny.
Well, I think we have figured out why you are so good in CPG, D2C, all of the things. It's because you make an offer that we can't refuse. You know, I think that's what it is. Gentlemen, moving forward to our top story of the day, the current thing upon the interwebs. Claude has released a watermark. Why is this important? Because we all use it every day. And in every way, this tweet comes to us by way of Polymarket. And they have said thing here. Just in, Claude will now invisibly watermark AI-generated text so it can be detected after being copied and pasted. Now, I say this at the top. I know for a lot of us, maybe they're thinking like you shouldn't be using it anyway. Humans are better. But let's be real. Most of us, marketers, etc., we're at least starting inside of some LLM for all of this kind of work. And in my mind, I can just see right now there's some mid-level agency operator who's got too many clients on his spreadsheet that he's got to manage, and he's sending all of the things for everybody to get to approve. You can bring us back, Producer Jack. He's sending all of the work out for everybody to approve, for the clients to look at, etc. And he gets an email back with the kiss of death. Mwah! I knew it was you, Fredo. The whole time I knew it was you. I knew you were using Claude for my emails. I reject this kind of work, and I recommend we end our partnership here. You know that this kind of thing is going to happen. People are going to look at this. I see it everywhere now. You're using Claude, and thus I devalue everything that you're doing. I think a negative thing for them overall. I don't know why they're doing this, but they feel it necessary to do so. I think it's going to get a lot of marketers and operators in trouble. We'll start with you, Colin Dougherty. Your thoughts on this, sir?
I think this is the right move to do, actually. I'm just thinking about this from basically a college education standpoint. Like, how many college students are using Claude and ChatGPT to write their college essays? We have to have some type of like fact-checking device if we want to move forward with that at a higher education level. So I think this is a necessary evil. And I also don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that you are telling your clients that, hey, by the way, we use AI for a lot of our stuff.
Stop.
Would you rather pay the agency that doesn't use any AI? You can pay them and you can make less money, but we use a lot of AI. We're on the cutting edge of AI. We try out all AI products, and we're going to be on the forefront of new technology. But there's a ton of agencies that don't use any AI, and they're going to be left in the dust, but you can use one of them.
I get your framing there. I see the framing. I don't think I would want to tell on myself at all. I don't think I would want to tell on myself at all. I think I would just remain a mystery. It's up in the air. Where did this come from? Is it all my brain? I'm not sure. Hard to say, but look at number. Go up and to the right. TJ Bongiorno, your thoughts on this, sir?
I have a lot. You guys know that we talked about last week. I have basically an AI ad software that's
right
in the very near future. I will say though, I'm very staunch about this. Actually, I talked to my co-founder about it a lot. I do not like when the use of AI is the intent is to fool somebody. Like if you look at my ads library, half the ads are AI. We have like Pixar, we have songs, we do all the stuff. But if it's like extremely obvious that AI was used for that, right? There's no tomfoolery. There's no like deceiving someone. And then to get to the point that you're talking about of like this watermark, hey, see, Chris, I don't agree with you. Unfortunately,
stop it.
I'm sorry. I love you. I just feel like at the end of the day, if you are a brand owner or you are somebody hiring an agency, a marketer, or whatever, all I care about is that thing goes out there and people buy. Right. So like if you wrote it, you typed with your toes or you use Claude, like at the end of the day, as long as it's not breaking any laws, it's compliant and it gets people to buy. I personally would have no issue with if you used Claude for that.
Well,
amazing take.
You are exactly the kind of person that everybody wants to work with, TJ. You're exactly the kind of person everybody wants to work with. The troublesome client relationship is when they're, probably not as great as they think they are. They don't have as much market fit as they think that they do, but they are very strong on their brand. Very strong. They have a brand. They know how it works, how to articulate it, etc. Honestly, they probably don't know how to articulate it, but they've got some kind of book. They've got some kind of PDF, and they're, in its pages, one of its principles is we never use AI for copywriting, etc. What? And you get all kind of revisions and feedback. It's like, I'm just trying to run something, make you money. Please let me get something out there. So I know you're frustrated about ads. Like I got a whole set of ads here that need to get out into the world. Like, please just let me get something out the door. Sometimes there are a lot of clients. There's a lot of clients that are so particular on things like this that it's like you're walking in a minefield everywhere and every way. And that's my concern, is that this only creates more minefield for the mid-level person or the junior level person to like navigate. It's like, please don't let me get in trouble. I just want to make you money and do a good job. That's my concern.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And there's a whole left turn we can take there, because I don't know about you all. I don't know your work history. I spent 10 years in corporate before I did this. And I would say that 50% of your job is just avoiding stepping on a mine. Right? Most of the time, like every day, you're just like, how do I get to 5 p.m. and not get fired?
Right, exactly.
And if there's now like a little like, he's using
Claude. Yeah. I hate that piece. I hate that piece. The whole please don't get mad at me.
Well, if you're
I hate
that. I would say if like you're an agency owner, then this is also a litmus test for like which clients you should work with. Like if a client is going to care this much, maybe it's not a fit for the agency.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. And I think that's like where every agency owner wants to be. But also there's just like the other side of like, I think a lot of us who have been in that world, spun up a bunch of clients, like you want to fire about half your clients and that you can't afford to. You gotta keep them around. You don't like talking to them. You don't like working with them. About half of them, a quarter of them, a third of them. And you know what? You got to keep them around as long as you can. Because groceries got to be bought and mortgages got to be paid. This is my concern, is for these people who are trapped and they feel like they got to keep doing the thing and not get in trouble, and please don't get mad at me. And it's not ideal. It's not ideal. And anybody who has those kind of presumptions, it's ultimately not who you want to work with.
Honestly, you could just take the Claude output and dump it into ChatGPT or Perplexity or
maybe that's
any of the other ones, and then it basically just gets rid of the watermark. And so then
washing.
Washing. You're money laundering your AI, basically.
Copy laundering.
The copy laundering.
Yes, we're copy laundering. Yes. I have one last bit of unsolicited advice for other brands, hire agencies out there. If you do not communicate your expectations, you're just asking for a fight like this as well.
Yeah.
This should not be a surprise to the agency. You should have told them that. I mean, granted, I understand that some may have been trying to slip it under the radar, but at the same time, let them know how you work ahead of time, and then you won't fight.
It's a great point.
Let's
It's a
go.
great point. Wisely said. Wisely said, TJ Bongiorno. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to our stories of the day. On our way, a word from our sponsors over at Sati. I believe I'm reading this one live. Is that right, Producer Jack? I think that I am. Yes, I am. Quick question for you, ladies and gentlemen. If someone asked how long it takes before an affiliate program starts paying for itself, would you know the answer? Most operators don't. That's okay. That's okay. But that is exactly why our friends over at Sati are tackling on August 20th. They're hosting a live session with an affiliate consultant who's built programs for e-com brands for over a decade. Her clients hit 10K per month in affiliate revenue under 4 months and beyond. On this call, she's going to be walking through the exact playbook behind that number, budget, timeline, roster size, the whole thing. Okay, stick around. Afterward, there's going to be a live Q&A, and you can bring your own programs questions directly. Plus, every attendee walks away with a resource to keep going after the call ends. Thursday, August 20th. Okay, at 12 p.m. ET, we're going to be sending out the link for this. Go and register and start working with them today. Many thanks for Sati being part of the show. Now, gentlemen, surfaced here by the astute founder of the Outgoing Company, the one and only TJ Bongiorno, SpikedAde is here and among us. It is now. I'd like you to bring this website up for us, Producer Jack. It is essentially, it's Gatorade, flavored and powered by vodka. Scroll down here, Producer Jack. You can see here this tagline, powered by vodka. I think perhaps one of the greatest taglines ever created. TJ, I'd love for you to introduce this product that methinks you and perhaps some friends were enjoying at a particular time.
Yes, I do need to have two caveats. One is no one can accuse me of having zero-sum thinking. I own an alcohol alternative company. I'm talking about alcohol. I surfaced this first. Second of all, I don't really drink. I sent my wife when she got pregnant like 3 years ago. I basically stopped. It's probably once a month and 1 or 2 drinks max. But this weekend was my brother's bachelor party, so I took a little bit of a trip down memory lane, aka drink with the boys. Yes. Now, to be said, this product, it is so good. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It tastes like, do you guys remember the Kool-Aid plastic bottles where the twist off top looked like an eagle when you twisted it off?
Yes.
Eagle.
You know what? It was like they're like the Kool-Aid plastic bottles that came in like a 4 or 6 pack, and you like twisted off that plastic thing.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
They taste exactly like that, but with vodka. It was so dangerously good. And then, as I mentioned to you off air, with the electrolytes in there, your boy, who is no longer a drinker, did not have hangovers, and I was like, "This is the best product that's ever been made."
Whoa!
I think there's a lot inside of those.
Oh my
sentences.
gosh!
Kool-Aid nostalgia. Okay, taste, electrolytes, no hangovers. Okay, and then some of these goodies here, zero sugar. Thank you.
Huge.
Kind of huge. Right?
Gosh, dude, margarita hangovers are like the worst thing on the planet because of sugar.
Oh, this is like really, really good. Like when I had it for the first time this weekend, and I was like, whoever did this, you're going to make a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah. So
gluten free. Let's go.
100 calories, easy to drink, no bubbles.
I like that.
You like no bubbles?
I like that because that bloats you up.
I prefer low bubbles as a low bubble guy. You know,
I think I would prefer bubbles. I think I would prefer bubbles. Scroll up for us, Producer Jack. Let's check out the flavors here. Looks like we've got some lemonade. We've got electric blue. Okay, so it's like the red and blue. It's like the Kool-Aid and Gatorade. It's like, what is the flavor? I don't know. It's red and blue. It's yellow. I like that. Electric. I love of course, I love the addition of the vodka. Very powerful. It's a great mixer.
Available on GoPuff. That's cool.
Available on GoPuff. Zero sugar. Here's the piece that I just want to highlight here. I think that we're missing. We're mixing a lot of incredible things. Nostalgic flavors. Okay, we've got electrolytes. The zero hangover or reduced hangover. Okay, it's Gatorade-ish. Okay, awesome. I just want to highlight. I think there's one thing that we're missing, and that's caffeine. I think if we had caffeine in this bad boy,
trifecta,
just a low dose, just a low dose. Okay, I'm talking I'm talking like 100, what is it, grams or milligrams?
Yeah, milligrams.
100 grams. 100 grams, dude. Yeah.
If we did a hundo, just give me a hundo. That way, let's back it up. Let's go 75. Let me just ask here, TJ, just off the top of the dome. If you and the boys are enjoying a few of these, how many might you drink, would you guess?
10. Did 10? I or would I normally?
Yeah,
bachelor party weekend, and these things are delicious.
More than 6, less than 20.
Yeah.
Okay, more than 6, less than 20. Let's do.
What's the location? Am I on the beach?
Yeah,
it's great for the beach.
We were at a beach bar Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. So like
it was
I'm
really
on the
fun.
beach. It's hot. These things, if I put these babies on ice, it's over.
Yeah.
Is it okay, TJ? Are we consecutive? Are we like back to back, or do we got some time? You're back to back.
Are we calculating caffeine intake for the day if you use 75 milligrams?
I'm trying to work in the caffeine.
Okay, God, never mind that.
So like 300 milligrams of caffeine is about a Starbucks coffee because they over caffeinate, right? Something like that, like 250, 300 if I had to guess, which would be 4 of these, which means if you had 12 over the length of a day, it'd be the equivalent of having 3 Starbucks coffees.
Which I'm totally fine with.
Okay, if you can do it, that's sub 1,000 milligrams of caffeine. And if you're a fiend to thousands, I know it's a lot, but for someone who's like addicted to caffeine, so it would have to be somewhere in between there.
Let's back it down. Let's back it down. Let's give me a smooth, call it a smooth 70. Okay.
Well, I just did the math on 75.
You just did on 70.
What if we do 50? 50.
Let's call it 50.
Then you could have 4, and it'd be like for every 4 it'd be 1 cup of coffee, basically.
Yeah. And here's the thing. What is that preventing? Is that going to give me like a big buzz? But it's preventing the tired, like the thing you don't want to do when you're all day with the boys, all the things you want to prevent, like the slog, the slag.
You just want to for PEDs.
Yeah, exactly.
You just want to turn this into a vodka Red Bull, basically.
Of course.
Yeah.
With electrolytes.
That's fair.
Like, is there anything new under the sun?
Or you just add liquor to a yapper.
Exactly. Which,
I've never done it, but it's fantastic, especially.
Yeah, I know you've never done it. I could, never. No, I can't say I have either. But here's what I'll say: this thing. With the it's like the combination of many things. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Electrolytes, bevy of choice, adult beverage. Then consider a little caffeine, something to keep you up, not for loco. We're not going loco. We're not going crazy, but something to just keep oneself up. I think it's got many billions of dollars attached to it. And
I agree.
I think wise of SpikedAde to bring this to market.
What a CPG product to close this out. That's why I had to bring it up, because I was like, this was a 10 out of 10 experience of enjoyment.
Let's go. I love
10 out of 10 on the Jersey Shore or wherever.
That's where I was. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Here we go. Moving forward, gentlemen, FinalLap.com now exists. This is from the creator of what I believe is now known as Somewhere.com. You guys remember this guy, Marshall Haas? I would say Haas. If I was in Europe, they would say Haas, I believe. Yeah. But I'm pronouncing it Haas. Marshall tweeted this over the weekend. Today, I'm unveiling FinalLap.com, the collector car auction platform I am building. Scroll down and show the good people the picture here, producer Jack. Okay. Weekly show, not a marketplace, a weekly show. Big on this word show. Okay. Remember HQ trivia? Everyone opening their phone at the same minute for the same thing. That's the feeling we're after, except the prize is a 911 here or 911. Here's how it works. Cars get announced ahead of time, full listing pages, photos, docs, history, questions answered. Same homework buyers already do. You just can't bid yet. Whole thing happens online in the app, live every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Every car runs through the online auction back to back, a few minutes each until they're gone. A late bid adds time, so nothing gets sniped at the buzzer. Interesting. Current industry standard is bring a trailer and cars and bids. Boring. On both, listings start and end all day, every day, etc. We're doing something different. Sequential lots that mimic a live in-person auction. They're fun. You come to see what a rare Ferrari goes for, right? I find that interesting. Yeah. But you'll happily sit through the cars you'd never have sought out because it's fast-paced, gathering the first full lineup of cars now, meeting with dealers, putting things out. Headed to Monterey Car Week tomorrow, so if you're out there, message me. We'll announce the first auction soon. Go to this website, Producer Jack. I have to say, I think this is an incredible idea. Obviously, I'm a big fan of live and live shows, thus we are here. But this kind of format, entertaining, business attached, one specific time, everybody there watching the thing, gamified. I love this. I think this is an incredible idea, and I really want to see it. I want to see it win. I think the exotic piece, especially, adds a lot to this. Your thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty?
Absolutely love this. I think this is incredible. I also think that there's no better founder to do this than Marshall, who's already exited somewhere for $52 million. I mean, just an absolute beast of a founder. Shout out Marshall, North Carolina legend. And he also has an affinity for supercars. He drives a Porsche GTR 3, an incredible, beautiful car. If any of you are not hip to it, it is absolutely delicious. It's the same car that Zach Stuck drives as well. If anyone is hip to that, it's a machine of a car. It's a machine. It's a beautiful car. It's a machine of a vehicle. He knows cars. He knows supercars, and he also now has a network around him of people that have an affinity for supercars. So he is the perfect person to build this. It's going to be incredible to watch and just fun to tune into as well, just to see what cars go for.
You like this, TJ Bongiorno?
To piggyback off of what Colin said, I like this for somebody who's already exited and has money and doesn't have to feed their family from it. Not that I don't like the idea. It's just like it's a little bit like lofty, right? And I don't think it's something that's going to make a ton of money right out the gate. But if you are personally in a position like Marshall, plus everything else that was just mentioned about him, I absolutely love this as a second go around. I'm already rich. Side note, have you guys seen his content around the house he built after his exit?
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
Beautiful.
I showed my wife and I was like, this is like the perfect house.
I showed my wife.
Yeah. It's Chris, you should look it up. You should look it up.
Well, he built it in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Full custom. It's crazy. Let's see if we can pull
Marshall, if you hear this, we love your house. It's so well done.
Insane.
You get all the credit in the world because money doesn't buy class, boo-boo, but you did it.
No, it's
you
so
were
cool, though.
Yeah.
Money doesn't buy class, boo-boo.
I can bring up the video.
Yeah, bring up a video because I found like an article. I see a lot of Instagram.
His Instagram is all covering it like what they built.
Bill Alonzo commenting on the dream home. I mean, the home is like gorgeous.
Golly, this thing is gorge. Yeah. I'm sending this to you, Producer Jack. This thing.
I just dropped it. Here we go.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yeah, play this. Can you play this, Jack?
Finally, almost finished.
Can you turn the?
Here's some of my.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
so how many square feet is this? Is this like
a lot?
Or something?
More than I have.
Dude, it's crazy. Look at that media room.
It's beautiful. Like I literally every video I've seen, there wasn't a single thing that not that who am I to judge, but just like as an outsider looking in, like
it's like what would I change?
The colors, everything.
Here's the one piece that in my mind is important for this new business that he's launching is like the fantastical, the exoticness of the cars and such. I feel like this is going to be like crucial to the thing winning because I say this to say, like, even though I'm not going to be buying anything, like, would I tune in for that? Like, yeah, like I probably would because I have no clue. I have no clue how much those cars cost. There's going to be like continual like flabbergasted type moments like, oh my gosh, you see how much that Ferrari went for? And then there's going to be like the old heads who know ball that are saying like, oh yeah, it's a Ferrari, blah, blah, blah. There's only, 1,000 of them made and da, 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 da. I feel like that whole kind of fascination element like makes this incredibly more interesting for the people even beyond those that could actually buy it or collect you know, some of these cars, etc. Would I be interested in, like, you know, early 90s versions of massive trucks that have been jacked up and preserved and, you know, are fancy? Like, yeah, I would. You know, that's maybe like a little more my pace. But what I would not be interested in whatsoever is if they just try to do this with like normal stuff that us normies can buy. Like that's like,
yeah.
You know, as soon as this gets normalized, I'm like, I'm out. Like, I'm not interested at all. You know, I feel like the exotic piece is important.
Huge. I have been known to say that the quote, nothing is rare anymore. Like, you remember when we were younger, like, it was rare to get a Charizard in the pack. And not just that, we didn't have the ability to ask ChatGPT what the percentage chance was per pack and then how many can I buy at Target and this and that, right? Like, we didn't have that information, so things were rare. Like, there literally is nothing rare anymore because we have such access to information. So if they can kind of manufacture via the exotics and whatnot, something that's like a truly rare experience and like hard to get things, that this is the only way to get them or one of the only ways, like, they're going to win.
I think so. Lastly here, gentlemen, top stories of the day. HallPass is among us and is coming forth, this being the latest release and development creation of the one and only Peter Rahal of RX Bar, of David Protein, who continues to like win everywhere, every way. He had this to say upon the interwebs about the forthcoming category of candies and products that he is creating, building the Coke Zero of candy bars. On August 29th, HallPass is, I don't know what else it says. But anyway, on August 29th, it is coming. And you can sign up for product and launch updates there at the website, etc. I did do so because I think it's an incredible idea. And I want to be one of the first to receive and try. I mainly brought this up because I think this is an incredible framing of what he is doing. Why wouldn't anyone want the Coke Zero of candies? And why wouldn't this like make sense in so many other categories? The Coke Zero of cakes, or the Coke Zero of pies. You know, I don't know. This to me in 2026 is like what we ought to be doing with technology. It's like, take all the things that were horrible for me in the 90s, make them a lot better, and then let's make them like 1 gram of sugar and make me not feel guilty about eating them. Your thoughts, starting with you, TJ Bongiorno?
As soon as I saw this on the run of show before, I was like, what a name. HallPass.
What a name.
Right?
Such a name. Such a name.
Flowers. That's excellent. However, here comes a curveball, something you didn't expect me to say. Do you guys remember when one Sean Frank of Ridge said this was a terrible idea? I'm happy. I'm actually very excited to see what happens. I don't know if he tweeted it or if he said it on 9 Operators. But Sean saying that he thinks the better for you candy category is the exact opposite way that you should go.
Really?
And I'm very interested to see who is going to be right here. And again, these are not my words. These are Sean's, and it was out in the public domain. It's not like I'm revealing it. You know, he said this openly in the last like 6 months.
Public domain.
So I'm actually very interested to see. Side note: I am somebody who would crush multiple bags of those.
Yeah,
I would like not eat dinner and just eat like 10 of these.
Oh yeah, just a protein in it, 1 gram protein, done. Good.
Exactly. That's surprising to me. The Sean Frank POV here. I would love to hear more from him.
If I recall, I believe he was saying in an economic downturn or when times are tough a little bit, like the last thing someone's going to buy is like a better for you Skittle.
Okay. I mean, I could see that. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead, Colin Dougherty. I think you've got something for us here.
I will. Yeah. I will say that like this concept has already been proven with Unreal. I don't know if you guys know Unreal at all.
Of course I do.
Fair.
I just sent it to Jack. The playbook has already been laid down on the floor for Peter to just walk through at this point. Like Unreal did this with similar branding as well. Not that I'm knocking it. But I think there's a very easy way to just like walk through the same exact playbook of Unreal. They're doing the same thing with 1 gram of sugar, and they're doing all of the things that you would think about. Chocolate.
If you could stop right there, that nougat right there, those Unreal Nougats, those are delicious. By the way,
it's crazy.
These specifically, yeah, they're
them.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think it's just going to be a home run. It's just about him expanding his LTV for his customer. And it's like, how many other tangential things can I own outside of it? I'd love for him to do more stuff too. I mean, honestly, I thought he was going to move more into like the gym bro aspect of like potentially creatine and like some really expensive protein powder. But, going this way, I totally see it. And there's a path forward here that's very feasible and laid out already that he can just execute on at very big scale.
One thing I will just bring up here, specifically related to the cups, I have had Unreal. Big fan. I get them at Costco basically anytime you're there.
They're so good.
Such a great Costco find, great Costco munchie. But the cups, I think you get one cup and you're looking at 70, 90 calories. I'm looking at Peter's graphic here. Peter's graphic to me looks like 2 peanut butter cups for 70 calories for the package, 1 gram of sugar total. There's like some magic there. I don't know where the magic is, but there's like magic inside that package. I mean, I just say that to say, if he can give me like double the Unreal peanut butter cup pleasure, for the same kind of commiserate amount of calories and sugars, like even more magical. I'm just putting this out there.
We could look at the net weight, though. It could just be cut out a little bit differently. You know how this goes. I may be a CPG guy trying to spread things out a little bit.
Let's go.
Trying to disperse things to make them sound better.
The interesting part for me too is that David has been such a marketing and branding masterclass.
Yeah,
like bringing Peter's sauce, Peter's mind, Peter's team, Peter's people to HallPass, and it's like the TAM. How big of a TAM do I want? I think I'd like basically any adult and most kids. Okay, giant TAM. Let me just apply these same things with like candy, but you're not going to feel bad, and it's going to be less calories for you.
Yeah, I totally disagree with that TAM. I think he is really going after he wants to be the Equinox of protein. Like, he is very much thinking to himself, this is my TAM. I want to be the Equinox of protein. I am going to be the most expensive option. We're going to be hot AF. And if you want to be hot AF, then you purchase David Protein. I don't think his TAM is everybody. I don't think his TAM is Costco. I don't think it's those people. I think it is like Equinox. No, not at all. Yeah.
But for HallPass.
For HallPass, I still think maybe not that either. He's going to try to go the Erewhon route and go this like, we're super hot. If you like it, here's a HallPass.
I will say I have to add something here though. I recently was just with Ross from Cadence.
Beast.
And he's a beast. But one of the things he talked about, he's really, really good at brand. Like in general, he's really, really
so good.
And he was like, how do I make, he literally held up his can. He's like, how do I make a luxury item that's $2? And to Colin's point that you're saying of trying to be the Equinox of, protein, I think you can do both. Again, Ross is doing it right now, right? Like you can buy Cadence at Target, but it still feels premium. And David kind of is doing that, and probably what they're going to attempt to do with HallPass. It's like aspirational, I guess is the right word for it, where it is the like viewed and positioned as the higher quality thing, but at a price point that everyone can buy, which is hard to pull off, but if done, it's perfect.
I aspire to buy and eat said things from HallPass. I do.
Dude, I'll crush them.
I want to be one of the first.
Yeah,
I'll
crush them all.
I'll skip my entire day of meals and just eat several.
Can we get them to eat live on the show on a Tuesday?
I think it's a great idea. We can make an offer that you can't refuse.
The offer is I'll just eat it live.
That's awesome.
An incredible offer. Incredible offer.
It's good.
Yeah.
TJ, we appreciate you joining us, sir, making the time, giving the POV, the commentation, and the opinions here. Man, anything more that we need to learn about this forthcoming, software offer from you before we let you go here, sir?
Nothing of huge importance or changes yet, but I will let you know. I just, as always, want to say I really, really love coming on. Thank you for having me.
We love having you on.
You guys are the best.
You're the best. TJ Bongiorno, founder of the Outgoing Company. We love you. Look forward to having you back, brother. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to a little watch and react action here. I would say some strong content pieces for us here in this watch and react segment that is coming up. On our way there, word from our sponsors over at Trend Track and Rich Panel. Play it for us, producer Jack. Your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache and automates 70 to 80% of your interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest end to end. If you're paying humans $2 to $10 per ticket, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Ridge did this, cut their cost per ticket by 70%, save $500,000 and 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo today. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what's really working right now, not what worked 6 months ago, but what's actually scaling on the market today, Trend Track gives you full access to the marketing playbook of any brand in the world. From every Meta, Google, TikTok ad they run to every email newsletter they send their customers, your direct competitors, the biggest players on the market, is all there. All the market data centralized in one place, refreshed every 24 hours. Go to trendtrack.io and get hooked up with them today. Know what's actually working on the internet. Many thanks for Trend Track being part of the show. Colin Dougherty. Look at this interesting arrangement here. It's very interesting.
Oh, hey. That was weird.
Oh,
I did not like being on that side.
I feel better now. Yeah.
That was
honestly,
weird.
It felt a little okay for me. I kind of
really.
That's okay.
Ugh.
But this feels better now. Feels fitting. Feels fitting. Colin Dougherty, if you could have the one and only Oren John,
yes,
to bounce content ideas off of, give you some advice, some wisdom about how to navigate a particular idea, put something out in the world in a winsome way, would you want to have that capability regularly, all the time, even perhaps 24/7 available to you? Would that be interesting, of note for you?
Are you saying I can Neuralink Oren into my brain?
Essentially, that is what I'm saying. I'm saying Neuralink, you and Oren connection together all of the time. His advice, brain power available on tap. That is what I'm saying.
I'm interested.
Let me bring you to a very interesting video that Oren recently released here. The Content Oracle, a free
Look
content.
How much swag
oracle.
he has.
Swaggy.
It's just like, just immediately from the video, he's just dripping swag.
Yeah. It's Newport Beach swaggy, really.
It is. It really is.
Greek Isles swaggy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I would say. Yeah. Let us hear from Oren John about working together with ChatGPT to produce a content oracle to help workshop advanced content ideas for your brand. Sound on. Play this for us, producer Jack.
This is how I use ChatGPT to build a second version of my brain that you can access too. Everyone wants content strategy help for their brands. So this is the Content Oracle, where you put in your brand info and messaging, and I return content concept ideas. And here's the process I used to make it with ChatGPT work. I took all my transcripts, courses, and internal docs and uploaded them into Work. I asked Codex for an interface for people to be able to ask questions and get responses based on my frameworks. I uploaded my website references so it looks like my brand style. It created the ChatGPT site, and Codex published it via my GitHub. We feedbacked responses, tone, created the fast and slow mode, all with about an hour of back and forth in chat. And this is what the agent era looks like for creators. You can turn expertise into a working tool that people actually use. And if you think your business is too boring for banger content, you're wrong, and the Oracle will solve it.
It's live now in my profile.
This is how I use ChatGPT to build a second version of my brain that everyone wants content strategy help for their brand. So this is the Content Oracle, where you put in your brand info and messaging, and I return content.
Oh my God, it's gone rogue. Oren's gone rogue on us. He's gone rogue on us. Yeah, producer Jack, you can bring us back here. Totally free. Totally free.
Whoa.
The Content Oracle. And now available here. I've actually got the link that I have sent here to Producer Jack. Producer Jack, bring this up for us. Done on Vercel, by the way. Shout out Vercel.
Shout out Vercel.
Give it the offer, buyer constraints, and what has not worked, it returns content angles, not generic post ideas. Start with messy context, email, text, DM. Oh, and he's actually got a start this week with 5 fresh ideas. My business audience offer. Apparently, there's some kind of newsletter play down here at the bottom. Very interesting. Email, text, DM. I like this. And it makes me want to test it out. I don't know what we would give this thing. But it makes me want to test this out.
I think that there's a couple things here. A couple things I'll dive into that are kind of spread out a little bit. One is I'd love for us to make something like this where you can talk to the Cowboys and get our opinion on what we think about your e-commerce company. And it's like based and trained off of all of our shows that we've done from all time and all the transcripts from you and I. So you're talking about all the things, I'm talking about all the things. I think that would be crazy, just in the same vein as all of this. Also, shout out Oren for working with chat. Unreal.
Just a little flex.
I will say this. I'm now bullish on chat because they recognized Oren is the correct talent to go after. So I'll say that as a more of a macro look at this, like ChatGPT talking to the right people about pushing out chat work. And this is an incredible opportunity for anyone that wants to just kind of get some content ideas. Like if you ever wanted to figure out what Oren would think about your brand, think about your software company, all of that, it's a great little dive into that. And I also think this is going to be an insane kind of lead magnet for him for a ton of clients that are going to like get a little taste of what it's like working with Oren. And then they're going to be like, wow, that was exceptional. How do I get him to do that all the time for all my stuff?
I just asked it about interviewing Oren, which we talk about. I just threw something out there. See what it does. I will say the assets are exactly on point with this website. Everything looks incredible.
Perfect.
Let me just throw back to you here. Oren is the proof. The framework is the product. The interview has to create clips that feel like verdicts, not polite conversation. The first 3 seconds need a hard diagnostic line of visible scorecard or Oren disagreeing with a common marketing instinct so the viewer knows there is a point of view immediately. And then some ideas here. The 6-lane brand autopsy. I don't know what that is, but it sounds interesting. Oren rates your worst content instincts. If your first instinct is let's do a trend, you're already late. The thumb stop trial. You get 3 seconds to fin this hook. The anti-interview cold open. Don't ask Oren how to go viral. Ask him who should stop trying. Good idea, bad lane. The idea is good. It's just in the wrong lane. The one-person marketing department plan. If you have no budget and one decent speaker, this is the lane I'd pick. All very interesting. Make Oren kill 3 pretty ideas. I would say very interesting, like angles.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a huge fan of it.
Pretty good. And chat gives you the ability to do this for yourself. So
let's go.
Very interesting, and I would say a win. Score 1 for Team Oren and ChatGPT, and all of the frontier models should start throwing bags at Oren. Methinks.
Absolutely. Fair? I think so if they want to be the perfect taste curators.
Yeah. Who else would you work with? Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, remote greater than office. We have I would say very clear argument from Tyler Dink over at Beehive, arguing very much for remote and that being better than huddling everybody together into an office every day. I'm going to read. You can scroll down and show us the video, Producer Jack. We will play the video with sound on, but before we get there, fully remote over mandatory in office is still a hill I will absolutely die on. If we only hired people from LA, we probably would have failed years ago. We find the most talented person for the job. I don't care where they're located. It's archaic to expect people to move their families to expensive cities just for a job. We don't pay for an office usually one of the biggest items on the P&L. Also, I hate commuting. You hate commuting. Everyone hates commuting. Colleagues will often spend 3 months in Europe, Bangkok, wherever over the summer. And plus, there's a lot of baggage that comes with 130 bodies in one location that we just don't have to deal with. He says, I can count on 2 hands how many people have voluntarily left the company in 5 years, and remote culture is a big part of it. Let's play this video, and we shall react to it. Start us from the beginning.
The argument for remote is, one, talent. Like when we open a new role for a product designer, I don't care if that person is in New York or in India. And in that case, we've hired multiple product designers from India. It's whoever's the most talented person for the job. Like that's who we want on the team. I joke that if I only hired people from LA, we would have failed years ago. Like LA just doesn't have the talent pool. Like the people that we want that are best in class aren't located in LA. And I think it's archaic in like with what we have with technology to move people from New York or whatever to have to move to a different location just for a job. Like we can do our jobs totally remote. And so talent's like the big bucket where we open a new role and I don't care where they're located. We find the best person for the job. And that in itself, I think is a 10x multiplier of like how we're able to build a successful company. It really starts and ends with good people. So that's the first bucket. Second bucket, you can say cost. We don't pay for an office. Like the offsite is expensive that we do every year, but like we're not spending on office managers, on materials, like any of that bullshit. So it's like a pure like P&L item. Office space, which is usually one of the biggest items on the P&L, is like just something we don't have to focus on. There's also just one, I personally hate commuting. Like even when I was in New York, even just commuting 30 minutes every day, like that's 30 minutes that I'd rather be either at the gym or at my desk doing things. So the fact that I'm not spending 30 minutes both ways commuting in a car, like quality of life is so much better. There's retention. We have plenty of people that fuck off and go to Europe and they work from Europe for 3 months. And as long as they can show up to the meetings that they need to show up to and they're doing the same amount of work that they need to be doing to not let anyone else down on the team, I couldn't care less if they're in Bangkok, which we have employees in Bangkok, or in Europe in the European summer, or back in New York where they typically live. And I think that flexibility is amazing as a person where, I mean, I'm a psychopath and I have to work 16 hours a day. A lot of our employees only have to work 8-10 hours a day. And if they want to be in Europe and enjoy their time and still hustle, like as long as the bar is not being lowered of the work that they're producing, that level of flexibility, I think, is a reason why I can count on 2 hands how many people have left the company in 5 years. And so we have like next to no attrition. I think the remote culture is a big part of that.
Okay, give me your remote maxi response to this, because I know you eat this up. This is like a big bowl of spaghetti for you. Just
dude, this is the correct take in 2026 for remote versus in person. This is the correct take, and I'll lay it out perfectly for you with this argument. Okay, you're a small business in Spokane, Washington, and you want to have the best talent in the entire world for your business. You're a small business. You're cash restricted. So are you going to compete with everyone and try to hire the best possible person in Spokane, Washington? Or are you going to try to also pay out the nose to get people to move to Spokane, Washington? Or you can just go global and pick the best person in the entire world that is open for this position, that doesn't necessarily have to live in Spokane, Washington, that's going to push your business forward. I know which one I'm choosing.
I will say I love so much of what he said. I mean, he's right. You know, if you're remote, it gives you the ability to hire anywhere. You don't have to make anybody move. You know, the potential for people being able to travel and, hey, take your work with you. Like it's a great, you know, it's a great thing. Now I will say like the travel piece and like keep your work up. Like that's a hard thing to actually execute on. Like it's a hard to actually do. Okay. I'm saying as a person who has worked remotely for many years, and had the, you know, unlimited PTO, which, you know, really just means, you know, it really means like you don't get much vacation is what it means, you know, because you have to execute, baby. You still have to execute. You can take as many days off as you want. You just, none of your work can suffer. So that basically means you can't ever take a vacation. But I have done it, and you travel, you take the laptop, etc. It's a hard thing to actually execute on and go take a vacation. Now, I agree with him on all the points. Here's a few just things of note for this is not a fit. Okay. And I'm just going to lay this out here. Any organization that is sales heavy, as in biz dev, cold, go, baby, go. Okay. And you've got young, fresh out of college, biz dev just starting, and they got to learn to pick up the phones. They got to learn to do the things. And anybody that's been in sales knows that thing is a pressure cooker. Okay. And if you've got people who have never done it before, you don't know if they're an A player. And actually, like biz dev, like, are there any A players? Well, sure they are, but you got to sort through the whole minefield to find them, because you don't know. And they don't know because they don't have experience at that yet. And I know maybe you just hire AEs who are responsible for all their cold calling. I know there are like different ways to structure it, but I do say that there are like some spheres and some structures where it does intensely help to be in person and like looking with eyes and like, get it, big boy, pick up the phone and dial. See what you did there? That's wrong. Don't do that. Change that. Okay. Try again. Okay. Like there are some modes of work and arrangements where it does intensely help, at least at the beginning of one's career, to be in office together and like doing the thing in concert with a manager who is helping you change and is making sure you are doing it. Like I do think there's like something to that for at least some sphere of work. Is that fair?
Terrible take for you to argue in person for someone who's doing cold calling that is virtual and remote. That makes no sense.
Have you done it?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I'll go a step further. I've done door to door, which is even more brutal than all of that.
Yeah. And how about doing that remote? How about doing that one remote? I'll just do it from a laptop. Just walk my laptop up to the door.
But I'm saying you don't have to live in that type of archaic work system in 2026. It's up to the manager to level up and learn how to coach in 2026 to said employees.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm right.
Here's what I would say. Like, if I needed to manage a team of junior biz dev, fresh out of college, and we're going to do it all from remote, and I'm just going to like replay your calls and like Slack you some notes and whatever, I just wouldn't do that. That's not for me. That's not for me.
Well, but that's not for you though.
If I need to manage a team of young people who like this their first time doing it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, great, like get in this room and then I will see you do it. And then when you have a question, it is a horrible experience to have like 25 things every hour that need your sign off or your check or your what. And it's just coming to you via Slack. Like Slack.
Yeah.
Like sometimes in that kind of situation where everything needs to be checked, okay, and you got a team of people, nobody has no idea what they're doing, and it's totally new, like it just helps, if you're just there in the room and like, all right, look at the thing. Is that good? Okay, that's good. No, that's not good. Don't do that. Okay, change this. It can help. It can help.
I guess maybe, but your argument is also that you don't want to be a manager of a team of 20 people.
Remotely.
Or in person. I don't.
Maybe.
I'd also
I would enjoy it if I was in person.
So plot me in that same position. You're managing 20 people remotely of people that freshly graduated college. Yeah. You're just talking about KPIs. You're talking about, did you hit all your marks? And if not, like, great. Is it a fit or not? It's less like rah emotional, like, let's get involved. It's like, did you hit the target? Yes or no?
I don't know, bro. Sales is very involved. Sales is very emotional. It is.
Great. There's a guy waiting behind you in line to take your spot. Either you're going to make it or you're not. And that's sales. And you know that's the truth. And they know that going into that role.
Okay. Well, I will say, I think there's a ton of positive things that Tyler outlined here that I would heartily agree with. But Do I wish that we were all together every single day, all of us in the same room? Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do.
You want to be my neighbor for sure.
I want to be your neighbor. I want to live next door, and I want us to hang out every day. Yes, I do. I do.
Dude, I would like throw baseballs into your window if you left it open and just like hit you while you're like moving stuff around.
No, I think what would happen is I would like want to come by and just like say what's up on the weekends. And then you would like do the thing where you like don't answer the door. I'd be like,
what?
Colin!
That's not true.
I'm
That's
here.
not true.
Hey,
that's not true.
Hey, you're like,
that's not
movie.
true.
That's
true. If I was watching a movie, that's true.
Sully movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I'm playing with Sully, no, I would answer the door. That's crazy. No, I would answer the door.
Okay.
I would do a little drone action too. I'd like follow you around with a drone.
I'd take that.
Like,
I would much prefer that. Moving forward, little read and react here. Some words from the one and only Will Nitze
let's
of
go.
IQ Bar, who recently was on the show not too long ago. Can't remember when he was on the show. He said, we are in a profitability overcorrection in early stage CPG. I'll talk to a brand doing, say, 500K, and the founder will proclaim, and we're profitable. My immediate reaction is, that's awesome. But could you be doing 1 million if you were losing a few 100K? And then 3, 4, 5 next year while also losing a few 100K? Because I definitely do that instead. Whether we like it or not, CPG startups are a growth scale economies proposition. I do think there's a lot of truth to that. Profitability matters a lot, but only once you're moving tens of millions of units. So prioritize moving tens of millions of units first. Your thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty?
This is a rough one because you can't discredit at all what Will is saying because he is the guy in the arena. He is the guy who's been there and done that. Man. I just think CPG founders each individually have a different level of risk tolerance for what they're trying to do. I also think every CPG founder doesn't want to go crazy nuclear banana sandwich high. Like some would just be like, cool. Like this is like, I'm a solo guy. I'm running this thing. This is my full-time job. It's awesome. I love this brand and I'm having fun. And then some other guys are like, I need to IPO. I think there's different founders that have different goals. And depending on that, depends on your level of risk tolerance that you're willing to take on from a profitability standpoint. If your shot is like, I need to IPO, there's a very good chance you're going to have to run unprofitably for like a little bit, for like a good while. Because you're going to have to burn so much cash in order to scale that it's just like, God, dude, if you're trying to bootstrap profitably to IPO, it would just take you,
golly,
like it would just take you ungodly amounts of time. It just like wouldn't work.
Yeah, many decades.
So I would say you have to know who you are as a founder and know what you want to do with your brand and know your goals. IPO or just like you're chilling, you're hanging out business. There's like two different modes here.
Yeah, and I think Will would agree with this. He even said when he was with us, like ultimately the win or how you go about doing things is you work backward. Like, what are you looking to do? What's the goal? What kind of business do you want to have? And for many of us, or perhaps there should be more of us, what does winning look like? If you're playing an infinite game, then what winning looks like is being able to survive and keep doing the thing that you love. And there's probably some monetary number attached to that. But if you love the thing and doing the thing itself is actually enjoyable to you, then staying alive, hitting those numbers and simply continuing to go is a win. For some, that may be the end that they are trying to achieve. I like what Will says here. I would say for myself, gosh, maybe I'm just too like profitable first purchase like coded at this point. And I've had at least one business that lived and died rather quickly because we didn't have the right numbers in play. I'm just very profitable, first purchase focused at this point, and maybe CPG is not ultimately my game because of that.
I will say too, we're in a very aggressive bull economy right now. When the tides come in, they kind of reveal who's been trying to float
swimming naked.
Who's been swimming naked for too long, and then at that point you want to be a profitable business.
Yeah,
and so there's also different times in which to do risk tolerance and non-risk tolerance. So it's extremely context specific.
Well, a great consideration to have, nevertheless, coming inside of this show, ladies and gentlemen, is the one and only Jay Yang. I would consider him a content phenom. Okay,
Crusher.
This guy. Not only is he like a #1 Amazon bestseller, okay, he's also worked with the likes of Noah Kagan, like starting at the age of 16. Okay, I want to hear this story for him. The guy sent like a 17-page deck, okay,
Whoa.
at the age of 16, and netted a position with the one and only Noah Kagan. Who else of the content Avengers upon the interwebs of internet entrepreneurs has he worked with? Hormozy. Okay, Alex, Layla Hormozy. Okay, Strait of Hormozy, not the Strait of Hormozy, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, he has written his own book. Has written and is debuting a second book here very soon. Before he comes inside of this show, a word from our sponsors over at Rocked After Sale and North Beam. Play it for us, producer Jack. If you're in the ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that, Shopify says I made this much, I spent that much. Sometimes it's hard to know which ad platform is telling the truth. Northbeam fixes this with their own proprietary data. Starting from the actual purchase, rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views, and then pushing that measurement back into the ad platform so they optimize on what's actually driving your revenue, not what those platforms assume is driving your revenue. Start measuring what was previously unmeasurable. Go to northbeam.io, book your demo today. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of the show. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month and you can sprinkle in $3 to $4 extra on each one of those without touching your ads, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. That's what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life are doing with Rocked After Sale every single day by adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page, and then stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents just by showing offers from Disney Plus, HelloFresh, Venmo, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. You can be live in minutes. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Truly a no-brainer. Many thanks for Rocked After Sale being part. Ladies and gentlemen, you can just do things.
Let's go. You can
just do things. And Jay Yang is the ultimate example of this. A permissionless philosophy to just get out there in the world and start going for it. Permissionless action. Cold emailed Beehive CEO Tyler Dink at 16, began working with Noah Kagan at 17, dropped out of college to get on Alex and Layla Hormozy's media team. Thereafter, now bestseller, about to be bestseller again. We must welcome inside of the show the one and only Jay Yang. Father, if you can just do things. Get in here, Jay.
Let's go.
Get inside this show.
Go. With the Beehive hat. Ooh.
What's going on, guys?
Jay, hey man, welcome to the show. Appreciate you making the time to join us, brother.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely, man. Jay, I think that, brother, you've got a resume that most people like me who are on the verge of 40 and beyond would be very glad to have. But bro, you're out there like living the embodiment of your book and just doing things on the interwebs. Man, so young, so now in the moment. Brother, tell me about doing some of these incredible things and getting going in your career. It's crazy to me that you have begun operating like this with motion at the age of 16 and beyond. I mean, give me some background on you.
Yeah, of course. Well, it feels kind of surreal to kind of be in this place because only a few short years I was that 15-year-old kid who was watching shows just like this from the outside and being like, I want to be on the inside. And I spent most of my career trying to figure out how to get into these rooms with these rich and powerful people. And I developed a framework that I've used for my career that's helped me kind of work with the names that you just mentioned. And so a lot of the approach comes down to this number one question I like to ask people, which is, how can you make this a no-brainer for the other person? How can you reduce the friction it takes for the other person to say yes? And so for the Beehive example, I wanted to intern with Tyler Denk, and I knew that the number one friction point would be, okay, this kid seems cool, but like, what do we do with him? And so I sent a 10-slide pitch deck to Tyler saying, hey, here are 3 project ideas that I'll help you guys do over the summer. Pick one and I'll do it for free. And that helped me land the internship. And so I've been using this pitch deck strategy for the rest of my career.
That is awesome.
Okay. There's a lot there. Jay, you have to like break down where this like crazy high agency framework that you have been like endowed with has come from. Because I would say the normal person would not think like, okay, I'm going to make a 20-page pitch deck and then send it to this person. You are like incredibly high agency. Where did this come from?
Man, I wish I could tell you, but I think like just growing up, even from an early age, I just had this. I was overblessed with a lot of drive and ambition, and so I think the one thing that helped unlock this is I was listening to a podcast that no longer exists, but it was called Backstage Careers by Jeremy Merry, and he would interview people who were working behind the scenes with these top entrepreneurs and creators, and so I got to like see what other people ahead of me were doing. And then I said, okay, let's just see if I can apply those strategies, but to my own career. And so that's how the pitch deck strategy was really born.
This is so smart to me, because like if I got an email like that, I would say like, who does this? Like,
who is this kid?
Like, who is this guy? Like, I want to talk to this guy. You know, like let's make this happen. Like it really stands out. And so you did the thing with Beehive. I bet that went very winsomely. And then the same kind of thing happened with Noah Kagan over at AppSumo, I guess.
Yeah.
Or Sumo, whatever he was calling it at the time. And then hey, you're like in college somewhere, and then I gotta leave that. I gotta leave that and join up with the Hermosis. I mean, like this has led to like incredible experiences it's led to incredible experiences for you, Jay. What did you take away from like working with Noah, working with the Hermosis? I think just about everybody on the internet would love to do that.
Gosh, yeah, I learned so many things. I think what I've tried to do in my career, I had a mentor tell me early on, like, skills pay the bills. And so I've always tried to optimize for learning before earning. And so at each stage of my career, I could have, like, after Beehive, I could have started a newsletter agency. After No, I could have started a marketing agency and went all in. But what I tried to do was trade my current skill set for better skill sets. And so I would basically take the skills I learned at Beehive and let's go learn marketing with Noah. Take the marketing skill that I learned with Noah and let's go learn business and scaling with Alex and Layla. And so each skill set was like trading for the next one. And I think that was the biggest lesson I learned from them is they're all relentless learners. Even at the top of their game, they're constantly studying what's working. And I'd say that's helped me a lot in my career.
It's like you're collecting the skills like Infinity Stones, trying to get all of them and just maximize the gauntlet. So. Jay, I'd love to talk about your thesis and your take on the difference between S-tier employees and A-tier employees. You wrote that like basically the difference between an S-tier and an A-tier employee is the amount of responsibility you can give them and then how little instruction that you can then give them is the difference. Could you talk a little bit more about this?
Yes. So that tweet was because I am now at a point in my career where I'm hiring people, which sounds insane. But I recently hired 2 different people and put them on trials. And by the end of the first week, the first person finished all their onboarding tasks and did the next week's worth of work.
Wow.
And then the other person struggled to log in. And by the end of the week, I had to check in and say, hey, like, what's going on? Like, are you okay? And they're like, oh, I'm just still trying to log in. And right off the bat, like, it's pretty obvious which one I'm probably going to go with. Yeah. And I think, like, working with Noah, I started writing Instagram captions for him. Like, I didn't start as his head of content. I started doing the tedious, boring tasks. And eventually, I slowly absorbed more and more responsibility. Instead of just writing the captions, I would say, hey, I wrote a caption and I created an Instagram post. Let's test this. And then I'd say, hey, I made a Twitter thread back when Twitter threads were a thing. well, let's test this. And I slowly started to absorb more and more responsibility until eventually when he's like, hey, I need a head of content, he thought of me. And so the biggest thing that I can uh, tell people, especially if they're early on in their career, is to find your and so this is one of the biggest things I learned at acquisition is I joined the media team and I knew a lot about organic content at the time, but I didn't know anything about paid ads and scaling. And so I said, you know, rather than saying, hey, can I get transferred from the media team to the marketing team? I put together a batch of ads and sent them to the director of marketing and
There
said,
we
hey,
go,
here, try
baby.
them for free. And so like, promoting someone into a new responsibility or new task is inherently risky for a company. And so rather than waiting for a promotion, just do the work up front. Show them that you have the skill set so that when they do think of someone, they think of you.
Wow.
I
love that.
I have always found, and I've wondered if it's just because I'm a little too ADD, but I'm always like oriented in this way. Maybe it's because I get bored of tasks too quickly, but I want to like do this thing. Okay, that's going well. Now let's like try something else, Otherwise I'm going to go crazy. But this kind of thing to me, it's like a little measure of hunger. It's like how much hunger, how much dog is there in there that they just want to go gobble up something else. And I didn't have to tell them to do it. I didn't have to pitch it to them. I didn't have to beg them or plead them. They just started doing the thing because they got dog and hunger inside. I mean, does that resonate, Jay? Am I on the same page and wavelength with you? I think there's a lot to this.
Yeah, 100%. I think high agency people create their own opportunities. They don't wait for learning or responsibility to come to them. They go out and make it happen.
Well, Jay, we're talking about the new book here too. That is Work with the Best. Could you talk a little bit about, I want to talk about basically what it's like working with the best people. How do you filter who is getting into that orbit? Who is the best? And then who are you filtering out and basically saying like, that's not the best person I want to have in my orbit right now?
Yes, this is super exciting. I actually just got the author copy for my new book.
Let's
go!
Let's go, baby!
So,
let's go, Jay!
Super excited. I think like, everyone always says like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But no one actually tells you how. Like, how do you get on the radar of these people? How do you get their attention? How do you create value for them? And so, what I wanted to do was write a book that helped people go from outside to inside. And so, one of the things I talk about in the book when identifying people you want to work with is what I call the 4-pillar framework. And so, to put this into perspective, about a year and a half ago, I was in college and I got the opportunity to work with Alex and Layla, but I was also running a marketing agency while in college. And so I had a ton of emotion, like I don't want to drop out and miss out, being with friends, but I also don't want to disappoint Alex and Layla. And so I said, screw emotion. I'm just going to think about this from like a logical, quantitative standpoint. And so the 4-pillar framework were the 4 things that mattered to me the most in my career, which was learning. How much am I going to learn? Earning, how much am I going to make, and how much is this going to increase my capacity to make? Network, who am I going to meet at the company, and who am I going to meet because people came through the doors, like the business owners that came through the doors? And then story, how much is this opportunity going to create future opportunities? And what I did was I ranked being in college and running an agency and joining acquisition.com out of 40 out of 10 for each of those 4 categories, and the acquisition.com category 1, which is why I chose to go there. And so like when I'm talking with people about like, hey, who should I work with or how do I evaluate opportunities? I always say to them like, okay, well, what 4 things matter to you most in your career? And then how can you make a logical decision based on that?
I love this.
Love that.
Yeah.
I do love that. And it's like, what's the better story? What's the better network opportunity than being with the Hormozis? I'm not sure there is, I'm not sure there is. Yeah, it's lore, Jay.
Yeah.
So I find this interesting. When I first heard like the topic of this book, like Work with the Best, I just figured it was like hiring the best people. That's what I figured it was. But it's totally the opposite. It's like I want whose sphere, whose realm do I want to get in, and how do I do that? Which I find fascinating, and I think you underlined here. Nobody does talk about that. Like, how do you do that? To me, it seems like a great sequel to the whole thesis of permissionless action. What makes a no-brainer for them, and how to build on this. I mean, tell me, just give us some clues here, Jay, about finding out who do you want to be with, and then how to get into their realm, which you've done several times in your career at this point.
Yeah, the thesis of the book is that the fastest way to get the life that you want is to help someone who's already living it. And
Oh,
so I fundamentally believe that you can get a lot of what you want out of life if you ask yourself these two questions consistently. Number one, what do I want? And number two, what inputs will increase the likelihood I get the output that I want?
yeah, yeah,
And so when you know those two questions, you can then reverse engineer the actions you need to take. So, for example, if I know that I want to be a successful author or entrepreneur, I can ask myself, well, does learning how to write and how to build a business from other authors and entrepreneurs increase the likelihood I get that output? Probably. Does
yeah,
developing consistent writing habits and posting online increase the likelihood I get what I want? Probably. And so you can
probably.
start to filter every decision through that lens of what do I want and what inputs increase the likelihood I get what I want.
Jay, where do you come from? Like
Yeah,
where?
yes. This is it. I was gonna ask the same thing. No.
Like where? Like it's just like, how do I hire like 12 J's all the time? Like it's just your framework that you're looking through the world is so leveled up compared to everyone else. I'm so curious how you would. Did you do any like private education, or did you like self-educate basically very early on to like basically level up your thought process, and the lens at which you see the world is completely unique. I think you probably know this at this point, right? Like it's completely unique compared to someone that's your age would be thinking about like, hey, how can I go party and like go hang out with this chick right now? Like it's just so different.
And not even just your age, Jay. A lot of people don't think this way. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't think this way.
Yeah.
And like when you're talking to me, like I can hear it's like Hormozy is back there somewhere, and then
Yeah.
it's like coming through like a J filter. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like you and Hormozy are like you're like blood brothers with some ways back. I mean, it feels this way, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've stolen a lot of things, not just from Hormozy, but from the people I've, learned in the past. Even Kobe Bryant, like when he says, "Hey, the likelihood that I get past a lot of my peers by working out 4 times a day instead of two is high, and so let's just go and do that."
Let's go, Black Mamba.
Jay, hey,
Yeah.
if for the D2C founders or the e-commerce operators that are listening, if they want to do content like you are incredible at content. That's very obvious from this. You're an expert at content. What advice would you have in 2026 for that founder that is operating that direct to consumer e-commerce business on standing out when it is a very, it's a bit of a knife fight right now?
Yeah, I think you can apply that same lens of what do I want and what inputs increase the likelihood I get what I want to content. And so if we know that influence is your ability to change people's behaviors, then you can reverse engineer the things that you need to demonstrate to become more influential. And so, one of the things that I've learned from Hormozy is that influence comes from three places that, I call the PTL framework. It comes from power, trust, and likeness. And so power is when you show that you have what other people want. And so power is relative. So, for example, if I was in a bar, a bartender has a lot of power over me because they control the flow of drinks. Once the
Mm.
bartender steps outside of the bar, they lose their power, right? And so this is why you see people with the cars and the mansions, whatever, stand out. Now, you can also demonstrate power in other ways than just that, but you want to demonstrate that you have either the skill set, network, audience, or resources that other people want. The second thing is trust. And so trust is belief with evidence. Belief without evidence is called faith. And so trust is important because what you want to do is you want to increase the likelihood people listen to you, right? And so if I say, "Hey, you should drink more water," and you listen to that piece of advice and you implement it and you get a good result, then the likelihood you comply with another piece of advice is high. And this is why Martha Stewart is so influential, because for decades she gave women like step-by-step directions, recipes on how to
Yeah.
bake something good or cook something good. And then those women follow the directions, got compliments from their friends, families, and neighbors, And now they associated that value with Martha. And the last thing is likeness, which is how much do you look and sound like the other person, right? We listen to people who are in our in-group. And so that can be both from physical attributes and also internal attributes. So what you look like, what you sound like, what you're wearing, and also what you believe, what you value. And so if you can demonstrate those three things in your content, power, trust, and likeness, over and over and over again, you will increase the likelihood you can influence people.
That's a great framework, Jay.
Jeez. Jay's cooking. Jay's absolutely cooking.
Jay, you're just packaging things so well. It's almost like you're an author, Jay. What I'll bring up here in the end, Jay, you know, it seems like what you are doing in your career at this point. I mean, it seems, I'd love to know all the things that you're doing, but it seems like you have gone from like a service-oriented, done for you kind of service to a more like productized, I am producing a thing that you can purchase and then, you know, take away, educate yourself on. Talk to me about that transition and the why behind it. But I'd love to know about all the things you're doing, Jay. I have a sneaking feeling that there's even more than just the books that you have rolling off the line here.
Yeah, there's a lot that I've been working on behind the scenes. But I would say my number one focus has definitely been this book. This is, to me, it's the end of a chapter in my life. And so for the last 5 years, I spent most of my career trying to find the best in the world and get as close to them as possible. And now we're about to enter a season where I now implement those learnings. How can we turn the stuff that I've learned into businesses and products that people can use and love? And so this book is one of them. I also just started a YouTube channel, and my first video went out yesterday. And so
Let's go, baby.
that is super
Let's
exciting.
go.
And yeah, other than that, I have a lot of stuff cooking up soon that will all be revealed.
Let's go.
I'm looking
That's
to find
incredible.
you right
Yeah,
now.
we gotta push the YouTube out
Jay
as well.
Yang. 1 day ago. I see you. I see you on here, Jay. I'm subscribing right now, brother.
Let's go.
Incredible, man. Incredible. Well, let's see. We need to hit, Jay, when is the book coming out? What's the launch date? How do people stay up to date? How can we make sure that we can all rally the troops here and push this thing up to #1 again, like you have done before? Maybe we'll go from Amazon to New York Times this time. Who knows?
Let's go. Well, this book will officially be out September 30th, but you can pre-order a copy right now on Kickstarter. And I think the cool thing is the more copies you buy that you don't personally want, they all get donated to students. Like my goal is to get this book to as many young people's hands as possible. And so that's why it's on Kickstarter. And to stay up to date, jayanginspires.com.
jayanginspires.com. Even we got the philanthropic angle here, Jay. I love it, man. I love it.
That's incredible.
Jay Yang Inspires everywhere on social. That's where we find you, right, Jay? Incredible, man. You golly, maybe I need to find a way to work with you is what I need to do, Jay. Incredible, man. We appreciate you making the time to join us. We're going to be looking forward to this book coming out. We'll cut this up and clip it and share it everywhere because everybody needs to pay attention and get in on what Jay's doing, the implementation of all the wisdom he has gleaned over the past few years. We appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. We look forward to having you back, man. Congratulations to you.
Let's go.
Thanks for having me on.
He's absolutely dialed.
He's dialed, man.
He's so dialed.
He answers in frameworks just like Alex.
It's crazy. It's
crazy. It's crazy.
It's like it's so wild. It's crazy because like those guys are like they're little gems. And I'm not saying the rest of the workforce is like bad, but like finding those little diamonds where you're like, hey, you know you're gonna be like the biggest thing in the world in like 3 years from now. Like, can I work with you right now before you become that guy? Let's do that.
Yeah. I also, Jay, I didn't get to tell you this. He's probably not still with us, but Jay, I just want to plant the seed here. Have lots of kids. Okay.
Yes.
Have lots of kids. It's 2026. All right. What does that mean? That means in about a decade and a half, you know, your progeny can start working with us at Ecomm Cowboy. I think that's what that means.
That's fair.
You need to have lots of kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Teach them all your lessons. Have them read your books.
Yep.
And we'll take that philosophy of permissionless action from all of those coming forth inside of the future Jay Yang family.
I love it.
I do too. And everybody should go follow Jay on YouTube too, which I just subscribed.
And Twitter.
Jay Yang Inspires. Jay Yang Inspires everywhere. Go follow him on Twitter. Go follow him on YouTube. All of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just put up his first. He's been doing a lot of collabs too. We should collab with him on this one. He's a beast. He's a beast. Congrats to Jay and what he is doing. I'm gonna buy this book.
Let's go. You can just do things. You should buy the book.
You can just do things and work with the best. Why not?
Boom.
Why would you not just work with the best? Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, to some great finds upon the interwebs as we do a word from our sponsors over at Propel and Seguno. Play it for us, producer Jack. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean, Chris? Your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means that you don't have to seed your trust to big email. It's over-attributed data with Seguno. Your Shopify data is the email data. It's a big reason why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you build for lean teams with big aspirations. Go get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. You get a free trial of the platform. Tell them Colin I sent you. It will extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this show. People are the most important part of your business, and finding real A players is hard and incredibly time consuming. Propel is the best recruitment agency out there for e-com brands and agencies who source talent from the US, Latin America, and beyond. We're talking video editors, graphic designers, media buyers, and more. The best part is they work on performance. You only pay a one-off fee, no retainers and no ongoing costs. Every hire comes backed by a free month guarantee. Go to wearepropel.com/ecom-cowboy-propel. If you mention Ecomm Cowboy, you're gonna get 10% off your first hire. Many thanks for Propel being part of this show. A few great finds upon the interwebs, ladies and gentlemen. The first of which, Hilton hotels charging $202.50 per bottle for Costco water.
Not cool. Not cool. Super not cool.
Thanks here. Okay. Inside of the consumer economy, that's always what we're talking about here. It's consumer brands, direct to consumer, e-commerce, D2C, retail, CPG, however you want to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot just slap a non-fancied up same product that one could have acquired for 25 cents at Costco and expect a winsome experience. This tweet comes to us by way of Trung Fan, and he has this to say: Hilton Hotel charging $250 for in-room bottles of Kirkland Signature might be the greatest markup in the history of capitalism. I will say I have definitely paid for stuff like this before because I'm thirsty and it's there. It's now and it's available, and I'm gonna just drink all of it immediately. Yeah. I've definitely done this before. Would I be happy about it though? No, I wouldn't. Somebody tweeted, responded, retweeted here in the comments. Why, Hilton? Just go buy a whole pack for $3.99.
That's actually true though. It's so crazy that it's so ungodly expensive as a markup, and it's just not even, it's not even that high quality, I would argue. It's not like a super high quality water when you can just buy it you can buy a whole pack. For the hotel that you and I were recently in for our travels.
How much did those cost?
Those were included, but it was a glass bottle and it was nice. And it's so it's like this, it's this level on top of the service the hotel is offering to you. It adds to the experience where maybe Hilton, you should probably just not charge for this and just eat these and just be like, hey, here's 3 water bottles. I hope you get settled in. Hey, and here's 3 Kirkland water bottles for a couple bucks each. That just is you could have elevated the experience so much better.
Here's a killer idea. Just give them away for free and charge me $3 extra on the room. per night. You know,
That's true.
like that would feel much more equitable for me.
100%.
Like, you're just going to give me some Kirkland Sigs, okay? It's just, you know, or throw a big boy pack of Kirkland Sigs down on the counter and say, hey, it's usually $3.99 at Costco. For you, $5. No big deal. Here's a whole pack. And I'd say, yeah, great. I'm happy to pay the markup. You know, you threw me down a whole case here. Appreciate you doing that. What I don't feel great about is the packaging matters. Just throwing these bad boys down, which are literally less than a quarter each.
Yeah,
throwing these bad boys down and saying only $2.50 for you, sir. So thankful for you to come and stay with us.
Yeah, it's lazy hospitality is what it is.
Lazy.
Where they really could have just thought about this for 20 minutes and thought, how do we make this experience incredible? Not even 20 minutes, 10 minutes. And how do we make this experience incredible and roll this out so it's not it's a nice warm feeling to our guests and customers instead of like a And now you have a viral tweet of of what not to do.
I don't think this is like Hilton's global policy. All of these things, they're like run as franchises. And so this is some local operator who's decided to do this. Give me a fancy bottle and charge me $5 each. But give me a fancy bottle.
Glass.
Make me feel fancy. Give me a glass. Name brand I've never heard of. You know, feels like it came from France or Fiji.
Yes. Give me a cup. Give me a cup. Yes.
Give me a cup. Maybe a bottle opener. You know, this thing's so foreign. I couldn't even get it off if I wanted to. You know, I need a bottle opener to get this fancy, you know, foreign water inside of my belly to hydrate myself, and charge me $5. You know,
done.
Cost you $1, charge me $5.
Done. I'm ready.
I'm ready. And people are bragging on you on the internet instead of this. Moving forward, Minions and Grüns, they're working together, and this makes all of the sense in the world. Bring this tweet up for us, producer Jack. This comes to us by way of Derek Lauerman. Derek is VP of Growth over at Grüns. He had this to say: always pushing the envelope with creative and channels. They're going minion mode with these. And golly, this just like makes all the sense in the world. I'm not sure that it is. I wish they were little yellow buddies. Like if they could make them yellow, you know. But the packaging is enough. Packaging is enough. Packaging does it. Or can we make like the little glasses on the buddies? You know, sometimes they got one, sometimes they got two. But you know, I'm being nitpicky here. This to me is a total home run. Makes all the sense in the world. I think very smart on their behalf.
This is a total home run for an amazing IP too. Like if you can align yourselves with an amazing IP that's doing incredible stuff right now, then you as a result of for the brand are just going to kaboom into the ceiling. And this is some of the most fun IP that brands have to work with. Like these little minion guys are so cute and cuddly. They got their own little language. And this works perfectly with what Grüns is trying to push out and be that approachable brand for your family, for your children, for your parent. Like they're really trying to be that family brand right now, pushing out into mass market. This is a textbook, beautiful play from them. And gosh, this is just going to crush.
I kind of wish that Haya, who we talked to yesterday, I wish Haya would do a Minions play. Yeah, they did Marvels, they did Disney Princess. They need to do a Minions.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's any more. Like, who else like would be really winsome for my kids right now? It's like Minions, probably top spot.
Yeah.
Is it, you know?
Minions are up there.
Who's the little alien buddy from Disney? The little alien Hawaiian buddy?
Stitch. Stitch is the man.
Stitch would be up there.
Paw Patrol?
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol will be up there. My kids have kind of aged out of Paw Patrol a little bit.
Okay.
But Paw Patrol, yeah, Paw Patrol was hot with us for many years.
Stitch is the man.
Stitch is the man. Minions, they just like eat Minions up. If I could serve
Monsters
them,
Inc.
No.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters, never.
Whoa,
never.
Great IP.
Horrible movie. Horrible.
Toy Story.
Never seen it.
Toy Story.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Toy Story.
It's a horrible movie.
You're literally lying. You're lying because all the Toy Stories are above 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I can't even. That was
I'm
bait.
just trying to bait you. I'm trying to bait you at this
It worked.
point. It worked a little bit.
I'm
A little
furious.
bit.
I'm furious.
Just for a little
Saying
bit.
Toy Story is a horrible movie is a crazy statement.
It worked. I have seen it. I don't think my kids have seen them though. I think maybe maybe they saw one, but I don't think they've seen many of the Toy Stories.
I love the Toy Story IP because you can mess with multiple characters. Like you got Buzz Lightyear, you got Woody, you got all of the characters, you got the Dino guy, like all of the characters.
Yeah. How about Moana? Maybe some Moana.
Moana's good. Moana's a good pick.
Frozen.
I like that.
Frozen.
Frozen's a solid pick. Just go down the list.
Let's go down the list. Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, AG1 has launched green gummies. Green gummies. They are finally here. They're finally here. Nate Rosen commented on this. He actually brought this to our attention. He says AG1 has officially launched green gummies. He says, wow, they did this so late. This really feels like they're doing anything to stay relevant. Well, I would say definitely this will keep them relevant. I think of AG1 as like already like a very established winner at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure, this would have been cool like 3 years ago, but you know, better late than never now too.
You also have to put yourself into the shoes of an established winner. The established winner has no urgency to move on a potential win. And so basically what the established winner can do is sit down with all of their cash that they're already winning on, watch all of the players fight it out in a knife fight while this established winner already has distribution that they've built out over the multiple years. Then what they can do, see the successful playbook that happened, say, I like that now. I'm going to grab that. Oh, and by the way, all of these years that I've been an established whale, I have all this distribution that I can now plop that into and explode it.
I do think this would have been interesting, like call it 2 years ago. They just like got into the Grüns, whatever's going on with Grüns. Like, oh, I see you there. I see you. Now I bring forth my horde of my war chest of ad spend to crush thee. You know, I do think that would have been interesting. You know, I think everybody's made plenty of money. You know, AG1's doing great. Grüns doing great. I do think that the look of these gummies is interesting. Fun. It's like a green berry. It's like a fun.
I like it.
Yeah, I like the little knobs. Reminds me of a blackberry. It's green.
I take them.
Of course. Yeah, of course. I wonder how they taste, if they are different than the current kind of bubble gum-ish flavor.
Crucial.
For me right now, I know everybody's got different taste buds. The bubble gum like flavor was like not my fave with AG1. I wonder if this is like a new kind of a berry type thing. I don't know. But it would be interesting to me if it was.
Yeah, I think that is one of the big things that has to be crucial with this launch is the taste. The taste has to be perfect because at the end of the day, yes, there's all these nutrients, but you still wanted something that you can genuinely enjoy just popping in every morning. And it's like, great, I get all my nutrients locked in for the day. If these guys are little tasty buddies, this is a home run $1 billion SKU.
I'm looking at the website right now. I can't tell if there's a kind of a flavor, you know, profile or an option. They do like talk gummy versus powder, which is interesting. I'd be interested to know. What it tastes like.
Yeah. It's interesting now that they are showcasing the fact that they have gummy ability. So like, keep that in your mind. AG1 now has the ability and the manufacturing and back end logistics to support gummy. So if they were to then push out XYZ gummy, XYZ gummy, XYZ gummy for not just greens, maybe it's a creatine gummy. Oh, that's fun. I love that. I'll take some creatine gummies.
Didn't they do this? Didn't they make a creatine gummy or no?
No, they haven't. That's what I'm saying is like now they have the structure in place of like, we have all the facility and the build out vertically of let's make some incredible gummies. And now they can go after anything.
Bro, it's wild to me that they don't have a creatine gummy.
This is the first one. They're going to use this as basically a.
This is like the path. Yeah,
this is
like,
the path.
They're
And
pioneering the path.
Exactly.
Oh, so interesting! Wow, still a lot of turf out there for them to cover. I mean,
a lot of gummy to be gobbled up.
Green gummy, you know, and who knows? Maybe there's another form factor that they can be
sleep gummy.
On. Sleep gummy. I mean, there's
so many
sleep supplements exist.
Protein gummy.
Haven't they done a sleep? They haven't done a sleep thing. I think they did a
They've
sleep.
Done a
thing.
sleep powder. They've done a sleep powder.
They did sleep powder.
Protein gummy. Pre-workout gummy.
Sounds all this talk of gummies is making me hungry.
I know. I want some gummies now.
Next on our great finds here upon the interwebs, Khloud. Khloe Kardashian's Khloud, Khloud. Khloud's protein chips are coming forth. Khloud, the fastest growing snack brand, co-founded by Khloe Kardashian, just launched a collagen-infused protein chip line dubbed Khloud Plus. The new line delivers 2 grams of collagen, 70 grams of protein per serving, 4 flavors are available exclusively at Walmart. Sweet Heat Nacho Buffalo, interesting, and jalapeno.
Oh,
also interesting for me. I have not had Chloe's popcorn.
I haven't had it yet either.
But I mean, as far as like partnerships and rollouts and stuff, like being in Walmart, like from the jump, is crazy, crazy awesome for her and for the brand. I don't know that these are. I don't know the taste of these, but apparently it's good enough that they have gone from popcorn now to chip. And who knows? Maybe it'll be pretzels next. Protein pretzels could be. Have you had these?
I haven't. I'd love to have them though. I will say there's going to be a maxim that's taught at Harvard Business School, which is never bet against a Kardashian because you're going to lose. And I would never, ever bet against them because, one, her alone, she could push this. She could push this just by herself. Yeah. Now she has the distribution of Walmart behind her. I mean, this is a home run. I also absolutely love the packaging. If you dive into like what the packaging is doing, it says very clearly on there, protein chips. Like it's very obvious. It shows you the protein you're getting. There's a little bit of like the fun, bubbly clouds. I love this. I think this is a home run. I also love the flavors that they picked. This is just prized for a fat pitch down the middle. Okay, let's just really crank this one out and get a home run grand slam on this.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it's funny the mouse like turns into a little chip. Yeah, protein chips. I mean, it's very big, very clear.
Yeah,
I think it's a fun colors. Nacho buffalo.
It's great.
Try buffalo, really.
They show that they also show the actual chip that you're getting on the packaging as well. Whoever did this packaging, you did a phenomenal job. This is exactly how you should be packaging in 2026. Show the value you're bringing to the customer. Show a couple amazing metrics, show the product, make it very colorful and pop off the shelf. And then like, great. Also, you have Khloe Kardashian behind it pushing.
Is it cringe to like throw her on the bag? I'm just asking the question. Like, is it cringe to just like have like a Khloe on there? Like, you know,
you could. I like the idea less of that and more of like by Khloe Kardashian, you know, like it's more of a
Khloe.
Yeah, exactly. Like something more subtle. But I also like the idea of like, hey, by the way, this is our Kardashians brand. I do think it's maybe like a touch cringe of like
a little too forward.
Yeah, it's a little too much. But I still love this. I think regardless of that, this is gonna destroy.
I definitely want to try. I want to try the Sweet Heat and the Buffalo. Man,
yeah.
The flavors are right up my alley. Last of our great finds here, ladies and gentlemen, Wash Wise. Have you heard of Wash Wise before?
No.
Wash Wise has raised $1.2 million. This comes to us by way of Drew Fallon, who always has the latest on every brand ever that raised money. Dry shampoo for clothes maker Wash Wise raises $1.2 million, founded by former Citadel trader Maria Cabral Menezes to clean garments when they aren't dirty enough to wash, but also not fresh enough to wear again. This product refreshes, de-wrinkles, deodorizes, and lightly cleanses clothing. This $1.2 million safe round saw participation from FJ Labs, Sing Capital, among others. Capital will be used to accelerate product development and expand the team. I don't think I knew that dry shampoo existed.
Yeah. I also love the fact that like Drew is somehow plugged into like I don't know if he has like a Neuralink plugged into the NASDAQ exchange or
he's got something.
He's got like a plug into Crunchbase. He finds out about these companies like before they announce their raising, basically.
Yeah.
like
Drew knows before they do.
Yeah. Like they're going to raise a day later. And Drew's like, by the way, they just raised. And they're like, wait a minute. We didn't even announce that. How did you know that? I love this. I think this is really good. And I agree with this because like I think in like the remote work from home culture, there's like stuff doesn't get like crazy dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
like, you might wear the same thing every day.
Yeah,
and you might not take showers anymore.
Whoa, chill. I take showers.
I'm just saying, just saying.
Yeah, but I think there's like I think there's definitely some credence to this where it's like, we don't have to like do a whole load of laundry for this. Like, let's just rock and roll.
You just freshen that up a little bit.
Just
wash
your favorite shirt. Everybody's got a favorite shirt. It's like, I didn't sweat in this thing.
Yeah, it's good. Let me just.
Also, honestly, this would be really good for travel if you're traveling and like you don't have access to washer dryer. Say you're staying in Airbnbs, and you're like, all right, cool. I packed for 7 days, but I need 9 days of clothes. Yeah. Which of these things are going to be wash-wised? Like, let's figure it out. Okay.
Or you just go on vacation as one does, and you only bring the clothes that you wear.
Yeah.
And you just don't plan on wearing anything else for about a week.
That's fair.
As normally happens. Everybody does it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I'm a huge fan of this. I think this is really solid innovation. I also think that it's really good use case right now.
I find it interesting. I would like to try a dry shampoo. I'd like to see what that's about. Maybe particularly useful for our work remote crowd, as you so positively frame them. And I'm a big fan of them because I am one of them. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to some breaking news, some announcements to be had, some congratulations to be offered on our way there. A word from our sponsors over at Ty and Postscript. Play it for us, producer Jack. There's a reason when people make a switch from whatever SMS partner they have at Postscript, they see a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue on average. Now, I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being the top 1% account in their entire platform inside of a year. And the secret is I just did what they said. And what they are saying is that you're leaving money on the table when your customers text you back. Go get the conversation report, direct-to-consumer.co/the conversation report. The good news is Postscript's AI shopper can now have one-to-one conversations with your customers at scale. Many thanks for Postscript being part of the show. Your email provider and your tech stack probably only recognizes about a third of your returning shoppers. Everyone else, they're browsing anonymously, and your flows, they're just sit idle. Ty identifies up to 70% of your total site traffic and pushes those shoppers into the flows that you already run. Caraway, as an example, uses Ty's predict scoring to lift opens by 40%, clicks by 30%, while sending 20% fewer emails. Go book a walkthrough. Go to meetty.com/cowboy. When you do, tell them that Colin and I sent you today. Many thanks for Ty being part of the show.
Breaking news.
Some breaking news happening, going down on the timeline, ladies and gentlemen. Some announcements to be had, some events to be attended, some news to be celebrated. Firstly, here from the one and only Nabil Aziz, a virtual summit featuring many of the guests that we have had on the show, adequately called Creative Woman Summer. I remember when he messaged about this inside of the saloon. Now it is coming to fruition.
New virtual summit.
Nabil has this to say: hosting a virtual summit on Sunday, August 23rd. So yeah, a couple of weeks. called Creative Woman Summer. Featured 12 or more of the most respected and successful marketers and writers in the world today. Summit is 100% on YouTube. No landing page, registration form. You just show up, hang out, watch. Going to go live at 10 a.m. Eastern. 4 of the talks he has scheduled already. Among them, we should mention here, Alex Griefeld, No Best Practices. We've had her on the show. Sarah Levinger of Tether OS, Tether Lab School Community. Shireen Aubert, founder of Growth Capital.
Holy stacked.
More, a stacked lineup. Okay.
Oh
Scroll up, producer Jack, and show some of the ats here that he has aligned for us. Yeah, right there. This is a stacked lineup. Rachel Nelson, founder of Brandy, we've had on the show as well. There's going to be a great lineup that he has got going here. And no signups yet. You just show up, see the thing, probably watch it later. Anyway, this is now available, Creative Woman Summer, and going to go live on the 23rd. I think it's going to be one to take note of. Your thoughts, Colin Dougherty?
This is an instant sign up. I mean, this is Avengers level of a lineup here. And honestly, shout out a little bit of a shout out. We've had a lot of these people on the show. They're absolutely incredible. And if you can get some of their brain share, I highly recommend it because they are on the cutting edge of what is working right now. And if they are willing to give you some of their brain share, you better gobble it up because you're going to look like a big brain marketer to your boss. And I can promise you that.
Yeah, absolutely. Go do it. Go watch it. And we appreciate Nabil for putting it together. Next here, ladies and gentlemen, Baseball Lifestyle, BL 101, Inc. 5000, number 42 for fastest growing private companies in America. Incredible. Number 6 in CPG, which in Baseball Lifestyle would be considered in the country. This tweet, which many congrats to Bill and Josh and the team over there. Bill Rahm, who is at the NASDAQ today for the opening bell ceremony. Flex. What?
Flex.
Put out this tweet this morning. Go ahead.
He's there with Jason Wong too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they're there together. Yeah, exactly. 42-6, not a basketball stat line, nor an NFL scorer. Today, Baseball Lifestyle will be named the 42nd fastest growing private company in America, the 6th fastest growing CPG brand in the country, all by Inc. on the Inc. 5000 list. I read my first Inc. back in college as the idea of entrepreneurship became more than a lemonade stand and flipping books and DVDs on eBay. When we started growing, Josh Shapiro and I had our sights set on seeing where we stood against the field. We couldn't have guessed it would be this high. Today, I get to stand at the NASDAQ opening bell ceremony and celebrate the hard work, determination, and grit of the hundreds of employees who have helped BL 101 become the brand and business it is today. We've known we were moving fast and building something special for a while now, but today confirms just how special it is. Hard agree, Bill Rahm. This isn't the end. Heck, this isn't even in the middle. We are still in the early innings of building an iconic brand. And I couldn't imagine doing it with anyone else but Josh, Melissa, and our team at Team BL 101. Incredible, man. Incredible. I have to say, there's very few people that have been totally aware of how iconic and stand out and incredible their rise has been. I knew Josh and Bill before the kaboom, like literally a few months before the kaboom. Incredible people. And I don't think there's anybody who deserves it more. They've done an incredible job at growing this company. And who says it's going to slow down anytime soon? I don't think it is. Your thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty?
Absolutely incredible. I mean, their team is second to none. A lot of their team has stuck around since the beginning as well. Their attrition is extremely low. That's a testament to the culture and the actual brand that they're building. They deserve all of this. It's an exceptional thing from what they have done. And to quote Jay Yang, you can just do things.
You can just do things.
You can just do things. And building an incredible baseball brand like this is a feat unto itself. And so I would imagine this is just a small a small little notch on the ever-growing belt that they are going to be going up on.
It's iconic, especially because I come from that little corner of the world.
Yeah.
It's incredible what they have done. And I'll say this, man, just a few years ago, like, I don't think anybody would have predicted this.
Sure.
That was, maybe not Bill and Josh. And what is incredible to me, probably the most standout thing to me, is that their original people on this team have stuck with them, and they are the C-suite today that were there early on at the level that they are. If you want hints around that, I think when Bill was on here, he said something like, we're going to do, 200, 250 this year.
Huge
that's million. Okay.
Million.
And he said, and after that, I'm going to stop talking about how much we're making.
That's awesome.
But they have the same people that were there with them at the beginning who are there today doing this. And there's a lot of conventional wisdom is like, the people who got you here won't get you there. And you got to change them babies out. It's incredible that they have kept this team with them and learned and grown all along the way. Next here, some announcements, some breaking news. Packing. We need a PA, producer Jack.
Let's go.
P-A-K-I-N-G, Packing Duck. Yeah, we got to change that. Packing Duck, Jason Wong, number 399.
Let's go.
Which is incredible, man. We had Jason on the show as well. Manufacturing custom packaging, offers end-to-end services for consumer brands. You can see him and Shrav J there together, Shrey. And also, if you look at the last, you can see Bill right there.
Let's go, Bill.
Let's go, Bill. You can see Bill right there in the shot as well at the NASDAQ doing it this morning. Big congrats to Jason and Bill and Packing Duck and Baseball Lifestyle, and incredible that they're all there.
It's
together.
just,
it's awesome.
It feels like a win for our industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like our industry is making the waves, fastest growing. I saw a couple other folks out there that were fastest growing too, we didn't cover on the show, that are also in our industry. And it's like, yeah, you want to see this. I know if like they're your competitor or whatever, you want to see this within consumer. You want to see these guys crushing it because it paves the way for more consumer to win.
Yeah.
It is a rising tide lifts all boats, and you want to see these guys winning. The fact that Bill is number 6 in CPG is massive. And it also the fact that he is tight within the top 50 within everything is a great indicator for what's to come for consumer.
Yeah. Very encouraging. Very encouraging. Congrats to everyone who made the Inc. 5000. I'll also say, I believe I saw 20 North, old employer of mine, on the Inc. 5000 again for the 4th year in a row. Congrats to them. Connor Dunaway, Austin Ball, and team. Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, to some closing time, some words of wisdom as we begin to exit today's show. Before we get there, a word from our sponsors over at Proxima and Universal Ads. Play it for producer Jack. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, it's time to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery of getting involved with television. You get both premium streaming and linear inventory all in the same place, okay? You're reaching net new target audiences outside of the same crowded social feeds. We're all spending our dollars today. There's no hidden markups or fees. Campaign setup and management. It's just like search and social. You get running minutes. TV that's designed, that delivers for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use code UA Cowboy. You can get $1,500 in matched ad credits. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of the show. Buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it yet. Most brands and marketers brief from instinct. Okay, what's our best performing ad? Let's change a little bit. Proxima changes the input here, reads your conversions against real shoppers across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands. Shows you exactly who's buying, what else they respond to, and where your account has gaps. You just wire up Meta, wire up Shopify. Proxima begins to map every conversion back to a real buyer segment inside the commerce graph. And no longer are you briefing from a blank page. You get a feed of creative briefs. First 3 briefs are going to be free for you every single month. Go to Proxima.ai. Stop the slop. Many thanks for Proxima being part of the show. Words of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, as we enter closing time and begin to wrap our show, the Bold Bar is on its way to production. Sean Jagerman has released a picture of what seems to be a very delightful looking bar here. Look at the chunks inside the Bold Bar. Look at that. Look at those chunks. I would say very backyard peanut butter-esque.
Yes.
Very Ben and Jerry's-esque.
Oh my gosh.
If I'm eating a bar of a food of some and they've got delicious mix-in, I want big chunks of those things. Not this like mass-produced, tiny, mineralized, mix of ingredients. Specks. Don't give me specks. Give me these chunks. Sean's giving us chunks 2 days until they go into production for Eat Bold Bar. Your thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty?
Absolutely exceptional. Love the fact that we're cooking up with Bold Bar, and those look absolutely delicious. I hope these crush, and I do love the chunks. I love the chunks. It reminds me so much of when you have ice cream and you find that huge piece of cookie dough, and you're like, victory. I got it. Let me destroy this cookie dough. This is what I want to see in my bars.
Vini vidi vici. I came. I saw. I chunked. I conquered.
Nice.
Next, upon our words of wisdom here, of course, we want to have big chunks inside of all of our food. But next, on our words of wisdom, the one and only Jack Rains doing some bookmogging in Times Square or somewhere in New York City. Where is the NASDAQ? Is NASDAQ in New York? I would think it's in New York. Is it in New York? Look at that beautiful piece of artwork. Jack Rains, Young Money, new book out now, available everywhere.
Let's go.
He is mogging all of us, book mogging.
Incredible.
And putting his artwork for Young Money for everyone in the world to see. He had this to say, posted up in Times Square for the rest of the day, absolutely book mogging, Central Manhattan. Come say hey, bring a copy of Young Money, sitting outside the Starbucks. Do you think that he would sign? You think he would sign this thing if you brought it to him?
Absolutely.
I don't think he's there. I don't think he's there today. But maybe we can coax him to come back, and then we will show up with our Young Money books, and he will sign. Do you think
I would love that. I would love that. He was hanging out also with he was at a dinner last night with the CEO of Grindr that put together for his book. And the Grindr merch is unbelievable.
Pretty spectacular, so I think is what he had to say about it.
Yeah, they gave Jack some of the merch, and it's by Art. I'm gonna mess up their name. Arc'teryx. They did a collab with Arc'teryx for the vests, and it's unbelievable how they look. I love that. He's doing all the right things, and I'm excited for him. He's crushing it. And I saw a little snippet of him on the Scott Galloway pod as well.
Yeah, Prof
G. He was jumping on there. He was talking a little bit about it, and he's doing all the right things. He's gonna keep crushing, obviously. It's like if I could get like Jay and all these guys together and just like
Jay and Jack,
you know what I mean?
Jay Yang and Jack.
Yeah, they're so dialed. They're so dialed.
Jay Yang, Jack Rains. Man of words makes a way for himself if you can articulate and say something well. Your words will go before you. Congrats to Jack. And word of wisdom here is go get the book so that you can make the most of your 20s and beyond. Be like Jack Rains and do big things. Next, Universal Ads, a friend of the show, partner of the show, now has political ad targeting. Not a political show, okay? Not a political show. But I will say, do you remember when we had our brother here in Austin, Hal, who like started his whole career with political advertising, literally spending hundreds of millions of dollars per day with political advertising? Wild. Universal Ads says this. Scroll up, producer Jack. Political advertisers, we want you. As the 2026 midterms approach, reaching the right voters shouldn't require navigating complex buying processes. With Comcast Universal Ads, political advertisers can now buy premium streaming TV the same way they buy digital, all from one service, self-service platform. Target smarter, launch faster, reach voters where they're watching. You can bring us back here, Jack. I do think this is like so interesting. It's wild to like watch their platform to continue to develop. And like, why wouldn't they do this?
Yeah.
There's so many ad dollars going into political advertising. Like, why wouldn't they like naturally do this and enable this? I don't know if this like takes, special, government restriction or whatever, but I think it makes a lot of sense for the platform, and there's going to be a lot more dollars flowing in because of it.
I completely agree with this. I think that a ton of political advertising gets pushed on Meta. Basically, Barack Obama's entire campaign. A lot of people have argued that because he was early on Facebook and Facebook ads was the main reason that he was able to grow in popularity so aggressively. And I don't know if you've ever tried to run political ads on Facebook.
Never.
It's like tripping over booby traps, apparently.
Have you done it?
I've talked to Hal about this, and it is apparently it is a nightmare.
Wow.
And so if you could give someone an easier lane, maybe a campaign that, doesn't have all of the funding in the entire world, and you make something easier where an up and coming candidate can actually get in there and get some eyeballs on the TV. I love that. I think that's amazing.
CPM is going to be a lot cheaper on universal ads than Meta. I know that much.
That's for sure. That's for sure. They're going to be so much on Meta. Yeah.
A lot cheaper. Last of our words of wisdom. NYC matchmaking again. Strikes again. I bring this up because I am looking for words of wisdom in this situation.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. It's been many years since I have been on a date. Happily married. When I go on a date, I go on a date with the same woman who I love going on a date with. But I just bring this up because I feel like there's some words of wisdom, consumer psychology that we can glean from this. Okay, this comes to us by way of Dating by Blaine. Let me set up the situation for you guys.
Hit me.
Matchmaking client in NYC, 32, finance, Jewish, medium, handsome, but funny. Okay, that helps. All around good dude. Blaine thinks she has found his dream match. 26. Okay, amazing family. Blaine says sexy, refined vibe, Jewish, obviously, down to meet him. I think we're doing good so far. Blaine makes the introduction. Then he texts Blaine saying she bailed. Check in with her. She says he asked her to dinner at Crown Alley. And based on that alone, she knows he's not a fit. Obviously, I feel bad for RJ, who I don't believe she had named up until this point. Yeah, it's lame to be judgy about first date plans, but Blaine says I actually agree with her on this one. Problem has nothing to do with wanting a more expensive first date. This woman just knows her vibe, and giant pretzels at Crown Alley don't exactly give off sexy or refined. RJ either needs to adjust his go-to first date plan or go after the type of woman who wants to meet over a ham and cheese toasty. Laugh out loud emoji, sideways crying emoji. I'd love to hear. Colin Dougherty, your thoughts on this. Are there some learnings that we can take away? Consumer, marketing, context, packaging, all the things. Also, producer Jack, please have your opinions ready here. Colin Dougherty, we start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a 32-year-old man in finance and you're pitching this as your first date and you're trying to get serious with a young lady, I feel like that's not a good first step. It's not a good first step. It shows a lack of seriousness. It says I'm not a serious player. It says I'm not a serious guy. And I'm happily married. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. I would never do this because that's a rookie mistake. This is a rookie play. You're either going dinner, actually just dinner. You should do dinner at a very expensive place. You should pay for it.
Whoa.
And you need to get Uber there and back for her.
Whoa. Really?
If you're not, guess what? There's other 32-year-olds in finance that are going to be way better and are going to crush you. And if you're medium handsome, you better work hard, man. She didn't put height. If you're medium handsome, and brother, you're under 6 foot, you better be pulling out all the stops, because there's some
Wow.
6'2" guy who's honestly medium ugly that could take her to that. But you can't, man. You got to play the cards you're dealt, and the cards you're dealt are very expensive dinner out of the gate. You're paying for Uber there and back. Maybe, just maybe, you get to dessert. Just maybe, if you're lucky.
Here's what I'll say. My takeaway here is that the packaging of this experience, very important. Very important. It's not just the product. It's not just the person that's showing up. We got to package this thing correctly. It's market message correctly.
It's a job interview, basically. It's a job interview for your life partner.
Let me just unfurl something here. Let's play what if. Let's play what if. Okay. What if this first date, he's wanting to keep it low pressure. He's just entering into the situation. Let's start gentle, start ginger. Let's just, a little light snacking, appetizing, grabbing a drink.
Mistake.
And hey, this is going good. You like me? I like you. It's fun to talk to you. Now we go to the refined dinner. Same night.
Nope.
We started off here. Now I'm going to refined dinner. And then, hey, what's the vibe like? Okay. Hey, this is still good too. Now we do dessert. Okay. 3 different places, same night, low pressure. Producer Jack says she's learning more about Chris. I'm trying to play.
She's leaning more towards you.
I'm trying to play RJ's advocate is what I'm trying to do here.
Jack says she's leaning more towards you, towards your take on this.
I can appreciate that. I always like it when she, sides with me. I'm playing RJ's advocate. I'm just providing a different perspective here. Perhaps it feels a little more serendipitous. Actually end up spending more on said person. You end up spending more time with said person. I'm just putting it out there.
Rookie mistake. Absolute rookie mistake. I would never be caught dead doing that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Producer Jack, your thoughts on this? Which way would you go with this? Which way would you prefer? If you were in said situation, maybe you make a statement where we're going. She says first date, she'd like go coffee. A little coffee. Keep it light, no pressure. Hey, if this doesn't go well, we can, vamoose, get out of here.
Wow.
There might be something to this. Producer Jack likes it. But I appreciate your approach, Colin Dory, and I think there's something to take away from that. My takeaway is framing, very important. And here's what I'll say. Maybe for our friend RJ, maybe if he had started this convo with, hey, here's what I'd like to do. Let's start here. Keep it light, talk, and then here's what I have in mind. Maybe this, maybe that,
But it's a matchmaking service, so it's like very intentional that you're supposed to take this date seriously. It's not like I'm at a club meeting up with somebody. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
I think the context matters.
Context matters.
I think context matters.
Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to our moment of zen as we exit today's show. On our way, a word from our sponsors over at IntelliGems. Play it for us, Producer Jack. What is the next big idea that could change your business? Is it a price change, adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle, strategy, or an app? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why IntelliGems exists. It's an AI-powered testing platform, helps you find the changes worth making. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. In just a few minutes, you're going to have 3 ideas that you can test today. Totally free, AI-powered audit. Go talk with IntelliGems. Get the next new big idea for your business. Many thanks for IntelliGems being part of. Is it time? Is there still time for a California road trip? Gosh, I wish there was. If there isn't. But maybe this is a great plan for next year as we leave today's show. A little moment of zen of how one might gain a week or so or 2 of zen. This comes to us by way of Eamon. And he says this, just got back from a 2-week road trip down the California coast with the fam. Doesn't that sound nice?
Mm-hmm.
San Diego, Santa Barbara, Monterey, Carmel, Sausalito, San Francisco, Sonoma. Actually traveled in a group, a couple of families all together. And he says this, once your kid hits 12, they don't want to hang out with you as much anymore.
It's true.
They want their friends. You really only have about 10 years where you are their best friend. Make the most of those 10 summers and maybe take a trip like our good friend Eamon did. He has pictures here below, Producer Jack, that one can see. It made me want to take this trip is what it did. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at those
Absolutely
pictures.
incredible. But you can't, dude. You can't. You argued earlier in today in the show, you can't work remote. You gotta stay locked in. You can't take the trip.
Yeah, bro, that has largely been my experience over the past, 5 years.
I'm saying you should. I'm saying you can.
Yeah. Okay. Now just think about this though, too. Okay. Scroll over here, Producer Jack. No, scroll. We got to show us the second picture is what I want to see. The second picture here. Okay.
Oh,
and think about this,
gosh.
Jack. I know Jack will agree with me here. Jack, think about being here in this moment.
Oh.
And then you're getting dinged by me on Slack. Hey, run a show. We got to get the show going. We're gonna open up the show. We got the show.
Working.
We're going live, Jack. We're going live. It's like
working.
not that easy. It's not that easy sometimes. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but so is like working at your house. It's different than like working or a vacation. You can also take a vacation here, but like you're still working here. But you just happen to have the unreal, gorgeous background behind you. I mean, look at that. That's literally like,
it's like fantastic.
Imagine the peace and the cortisol drop you would have before the show as you have this behind you. And you're like, you're like, hey, what's up? Awesome. I love this story, man. I love this story. Like, Chris, you okay?
I mean, my cortisol is dropping right now. My cortisol is dropping just thinking about it. It makes me feel even a little, wow.
That ocean breeze hitting your face.
Wow.
Oh, a nice ice cold drink. Oh my gosh.
Honestly, my cortisol is just dropping right now. Just like
that's what I'm saying.
Considering it together here.
That's what I'm saying. Starlink it up.
Wow. Well, many thanks to the one and only Jay Yang joining us on show today, author of You Can Just Do Things and Work with the Best.
Absolutely.
Work with the Best. Isn't that what his second book is called here?
Yes.
Work with the Best. Many thanks to TJ Bongiorno, founder of the Outgoing Company, for joining us live at the top of the show today. Many thanks to Slash, Rocked, Aftercell, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tide, Trend Track, Propel, Rich Panel, Intelligems, Northbeam, Seguno, and Postscript for making this show possible. Thank you for joining us. We will be back tomorrow. We will see you on the other side.